Our first guest, he's been spreading the word on his transformational life advice for love, happiness, and success for years. But this idea of disrupting your thinking, I like this. I think he's on to something. Well, he's always on to something. Because for 40 years, I've listened to every word he's said. Bishop T.D. Jakes is here! Yes! Bishop Jakes has been called a voice of hope, empowerment, encouragement between his sermons, his books, his films, his TV programs, the Potter's House ministry. It's estimated he reaches 30 million people a day. A day. A day. Which is impressive because that's like only 1 more million than the Tam fam. He's doing all right. Well, in Bishop Jakes' new book, Disruptive Thinking, a daring strategy to change how we live, lead, and love, Bishop Jakes lays out his latest life-changing words of faith and wisdom. Please welcome, obviously, someone I adore, an inspiration in my life, New York Times bestselling author, the guru of some of the best advice you will ever hear, visionary leader, the one and only Bishop T.D. Jakes. Good to see you. Good to see you. Bishop Jakes in the house. Oh, welcome back. It's so good to see you.
I'm excited to be here.
I am so excited. I'm amen. Look, you haven't even, all he said was excited to see you. You said amen. I've loved all of the books you've written. Have you lost count?
Yes,
somewhere like around 40 books that you've written. This one is so timely. Yeah. They all are, but this one really hit me because you're talking about breaking the rules and disrupting the way we think. I just want to start from the beginning where you talk about your own family and your father suffering with kidney failure. In the book, you said, disruption kicked down the door and made itself at home in the Jakes household. And go on to say in this book, well, I guess I was being groomed by tragedy, disruption, and responsibility to handle my life now as a direct result of my life then.
Right.
What happened then matters now.
Absolutely.
We just have to put the pieces together.
Right.
And it started with your father for you.
And it doesn't always have to be positive things that groom you for greatness. Sometimes we are groomed for greatness in horrific circumstances and situations. I had the unique honor of being raised by a dying father, which taught me how to value life. When you see the brevity of life right in front of you at a formative age like 10, you get serious quick.
Yeah.
You focus more easily. You appreciate moments more drastically and more dramatically. Yes, I could be totally dysfunctional in the same situation. It's a choice.
It's a choice.
You either get better or you get bitter.
Yeah, you know what? In the book, you talk a lot about, it's true. And in the book, the proof that the team and I read it, page 37 of the book says, if you don't like the life you are living, you have the power to change it. It is inside of you.
Right.
Fix it. Apologize. You're sorry. Do whatever it takes. If you don't like it, be complicit in the transformation you are praying for.
Right.
Why this message now? What were you seeing in people? People come to you and confide in a lot of things that I don't even want to know.
You're right about that.
But why this book now? I feel like it was inspired by something surely more than your own childhood.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. When I talk about being complicit in the transformation you desire, I think that sometimes when we are people of faith, we have a proclivity to leave all the responsibility with God and not understand that he blesses what you do. And if you don't do anything, you don't get anything, okay? Faith without works is dead. But even for people outside of faith, this has been a tumultuous time in life. COVID and the trauma that it brought about, the massive amount of deaths that we've seen, the disruption going on in Washington, the chaos going off. We're losing our normal, our equilibrium.
Were we ever normal? I mean, because what is normal?
Well, that's true. It's a fallacy,
Yeah.
but it has never been as pronounced, where people have lost faith in institutions, lost faith in government, lost faith in colleges, lost faith in
each other, in
humanity.
each other.
Yes.
I tell you, sometimes I shut off my social media a lot, but in particular lately, every time I see these videos of someone beating up a flight attendant or a kid attacking a teacher or a teacher this viral content of violence degrades humanity and what we see in ourselves.
Right. And worse than that is there is the external trauma that goes on that our eye gate, ear gates are always exposed to every day, 24/7, like never before in the history of this world. Not to mention your own personal drama, your family, your life, your kids, your auntie, your sister, your mother, your grandmother, all that stuff going on in us at the same time. And yet we are trapped in this box of what we are trying to get back to something that's stable. And if you don't like your life, you have to be complicit in changing it. If you don't like the city you're in, move. If you don't like the job you have, start making steps toward improving your life.
You know, people will say, wait a minute. Yeah, we have people that applaud it. But you and I both know, because we've all been at that crossroad where you want it, but then you find the reasons why you can't do it. Okay, I want to move. Well, I don't have the money. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't like my job. Well, TD Jakes, where am I going to work? Are you going to hire me? You know, you can create a list of can'ts.
Yes, but okay, if you came in at the end of my life and said that, then you would say, you got a silver spoon hanging out of your mouth. How dare you speak to me? You don't know that I raised my daughter on WIC, that I grew up on government cheese, that I grew up eating powdered milk and powdered eggs and all of that my mother had chickens in the backyard, okay? So don't tell me how to be poor. I understand how to be poor. It's a decision that we make about our lives, whether we have to read, go back to school, take courses, take classes, get in better circles, get in better elements. Some of the things that bring about change cost nothing.
Yeah.
Costs nothing to read.
I love that point because people instantly go to the struggle of it, but it costs you nothing to change your circle.
Right.
And those people who you surround yourself with can uplift you and you uplift them.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I found out when you walk up, yeah, that's a clap moment.
Well, I learned that from him.
I found out that when you're climbing up a staircase, the stair that creaks is not the one you step on, it's the one you step from.
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah. When you lift your weight up off the stair, it creaks because you're leaving. And as it is with the staircase, so it is with people. Whenever you start trying to upgrade, wherever you left is going to scream at you, okay? And you have to decide in your mind, are you gonna let their disruption become your distraction? Okay? Because disruption can either become a distraction or it can become an opportunity to move forward in your life. Most of us are so entrenched in our emotional trauma that we spend all of our energy trying to fix what people think about us, to the chagrin of what is possible for me to be.
Wow.
And you blink and you're an old person and you wonder where the time went. It went into investing into people who were following you on social media who you will never meet.
Yeah.
They're not paying your bills, they're not sending your kids to college, they're not doing anything for you. And yet our need, because of our trauma and our history and our ancestry, our need is so desperate for acceptance that we live in our feelings rather than our decisions. You're born looking like your parents, but you die looking like your decisions.